Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Space Game Junkie Podcast. I, as always, am your co-host, Brian, and joining me, as always, is your co-host, Jim.
Not dead yet.
We're all still here. Also, your
tried
co-host...
to get me last week.
Wait, what happened?
I was sick as hell last week, but I went to the doctor. It wasn't COVID.
Oh, I was going to say, you didn't have the Rona?
No Rona.
Oh, well, that's good. Thank God.
I'm saving that for when I really need to be sick.
Oh, no. Let us hope no one here or anyone listening or watching ever gets, and may none of you ever get it, nor any of your close friends and family. None of you ever get it. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't wish it on my enemies.
May the odds ever be in your favor.
No, I said I don't even wish it on my enemies because there is so much collateral damage that happens because of all the people who have to take care of those people.
Oh God.
That it's not even a good idea to wish it on the people you don't like.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Also joining us is your co-host Spaz.
Here, apparently.
Oh, way to go. And your co-host Hunter. I think I went in the wrong order.
Four, it doesn't matter. 4 out of 4. We're all here.
Yeah, we're all here. Folks, I want to apologize. We missed last week. I want to apologize for that. We had a little tragedy here. A little cat died. It was very sad. So I was not up to having a podcast. But we're back. We have a kitten now.
Did you name it Rona?
No. Her name is Lizzie, short for Miss Elizabeth Bennet, from Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. So now we have 2 cats named after books, Lizzie and Matilda. Which is kind of fine since our last cats were named after books, from the Dresden Files. So we're just kind of keeping the tradition alive, as it were. But we're back this week, folks, and we have a topic this week. If you're unaware, back in the early 80s, we're going to start with a little bit of history. Back in the early 80s, a couple of folks like Sid Meier and Wild Bill Steely, or just Bill Steely, created a gaming company called MicroProse. And they started pretty much with flight sims like MiG Alley Ace, Spitfire Ace, and so on. And they eventually branched out into all sorts of games, like the one you're seeing on the stream, Master of Orion, and its sequel, and many, many other games. Sadly, MicroProse went defunct in the early 2000s. It was first bought by Spectrum Holobyte, which was then bought by Hasbro, and then Hasbro was bought by Infogrames. Is it Games or Grames? Infogames? Infogrames? Yeah, Infogrames. And when Infogrames bought all that, they just pretty much put the brand to rest. So yeah, they were big in the late 80s and early to mid 90s. They made some legendary games that people still try to emulate to this day. And recently, a investor has resurrected the brand. And it looks like it might not just be like some zombie resurrection like Atari. It might be an actual, like, serious gaming endeavor.
So it's like MicroProse.
Okay, I have to give you that one, Jim. That was actually really, really freaking good. But first, I wanted to talk about the games that we still play to this day that MicroProse had a hand in. There were a lot of space games. They had a decent amount of space games, like the Master of Orion games. But they also had strategy games. They also had racing games. They also had RPGs. Their library is kind of legendary. And so I wanted to talk about their classic library and their history before we talk about the new stuff. So I wanted to go around and ask you guys. I'll start with you, Jim. Do you remember the first MicroProse game you ever played?
I think it was Megaforce on Commodore 64.
1983. My gosh.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, that's a.
Well, I didn't play it when it was new because I got my
okay.
I got my 64 in like 88 or something.
Oh, okay. Right. But the game came out in 83.
Yeah.
So wow, that is I've actually never played Megaforce. I've not gone back that far in the MicroProse library to play that one.
It ain't much to see, that's for sure.
Well, no flight sim was back then. I remember,
but it's very, very much a freshman effort. You know, they were figuring out how to get stuff on the screen.
Yeah. Like, I remember the first flight sim I played was, I think, 1 or 2, like Microsoft Flight Simulator, and damn, if that wasn't some of the most bare bones stuff you ever did see. Hunter, did you play any MicroProse games back in the day? I know you got to PC gaming late, so.
Well, yeah, I probably have. I just probably don't like remember which ones, because they were around.
Right. Spaz, what about you? Did you play any MicroProse games back in the day?
Yeah, I did actually. On the Atari 800 XL, Hellcat Ace.
Oh yes. Wow. That's even earlier, I think, than Megaforce. Oh my god. Oh no, 82. Yeah, oh my god. 82. Yeah. Dang. We're going way back, folks. Like the humble beginnings of computer gaming. For me, I didn't get a PC until 86. So the first game I played from them was the first F-15 Strike Eagle. Back in the day. Which changed a lot between 1, 2, and 3. Holy crap. There were 3 of them, and they were all very different. But the one that really hit me was F-19 Stealth Fighter. That was when I really became a MicroProse fanboy. Was that masterpiece of a game. Though I did try going back to it recently, and it's kind of hard. Because the PC speaker sound effects are not easy on the ears. Like at all. But folks, MicroProse has made some legendary games that they're still kind of making today, like Civilization. Came out in 1991. The first one. Was it 91? I think it was 91. Yeah, Civilization. And then the first Master of Orion came out in 1993. And people are still emulating that series. XCOM, they published that. Now they didn't. They both developed and published games. So some of these games were developed by other people but published by MicroProse, like Master of Orion. I think, was XCOM an internal one though? God, I don't remember. I don't think it was.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. I think it was done by, well, we know who it was done by, but I don't remember if they were a separate entity or not. So yeah, MicroProse had some really great games. They also had some not so great games. Like, MicroProse has made some space flight combat sims, and I think I can remember 3 of them, and one of them was terrible. Has anyone here played Mantis? Remember that one?
Yep.
Oh god, I'm sorry. That game was so bad.
Hold on a second. What is 7th Legion, and why have I not heard of this?
Oh, 7th Legion. That was like one of their few forays into the Command and Conquer style real-time strategy foray. It was, God, wasn't it made by the same folks who made Deus Ex? Hang on.
Yeah. So it was Ion Storm.
Yes.
Right? And
yes.
The Ion Storm made Genome, and then the RTS game was like the RTS set in the world of Genome, both of which sucked.
Oh, because
okay.
It's saying Epic Mega Games here on Moby Games, saying Epic Mega Games.
Yeah.
Made
So I'm looking at it's on Steam apparently. Epic Mega Games, Vision Software, publisher is on for Steam is probably Night Dive Studios, but
it's not very good. It's not very. See, here's the problem. MicroProse made a lot of great stuff, but as things got later in the 90s, they started making a lot of not so great stuff.
So you asked me about some of these games. Just looking through some of their old lists, because I honestly didn't get a chance to do this before the show, but definitely like the early Civilization games I remember playing, and the Falcon 4.0, like 3.0 and 4.0, I remember playing those.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, Falcon 4 is a sim that people still like. Ooh, Falcon 4. Like, it's a sim that is still garners respect to this day.
And I guess they were in on the Mech Commander and Mech Warrior 3.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that was them also.
Yeah,
that was them also. They made a lot of great stuff, like Mech Warrior 3 when they got that license. The Mech Commander games. They for a while they had the Star Trek license. Because that's gone through so many hands at this point.
Yeah, they made Birth of the Federation.
Right, Birth of the Federation.
Klingon Honor Guard.
Yes, Klingon Honor Guard, which I have not played. I heard it was not that great. But I want to play it now.
Final Unity.
Yeah, that's right.
Which according to the screenshot is like almost on the tier of like an FMV, but it's not. It's like an animated FMV almost.
It's a weird game. I don't even know. Like, I barely remember it. I played it, of course. I played, just about anything Star Trek I can get my hands on back then. But yeah, they they had the Star Trek license for a while, which was crazy. They did Birth of the Federation. Yeah, was it point and click? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Final Unity was point and click. God, if I recall. Yeah, and they also published at least one or two of the Roller Coaster Tycoon games. Several of the XCOM games, several of the Civilization games. And they had a great series of flight sims, Gunship, 1942 Pacific Air War, European Air War, F-14 Fleet Defender, 3 gunship games, I think, Knights of the Sky. And yeah, they had a couple other space sims called Light Speed and Hyperspeed, which were actually very good. So they kind of have an amazing library. Like, there's an RPG called Darklands. I don't know if any of you have played it. It came out in the mid 90s, like 94, I think. And it takes place in like medieval Germany. And it's probably one of the most hardcore role-playing games you can find for the computer, even to this day. That game is bat crap. But they also
it's really complex.
Very complex. It's amazing. It's still to this day, it's an amazing game. To this day. And they made some games that like no one's tried to make since, like Covert Action. Sid Meier's Covert Action, which is a spy game. And every time you play it, it's different. You get different challenges. You have different objectives. Find different clues. It's different through every playthrough. And you could totally fail a mission so easily in that game.
Hey, if you look in the stream chat room, the last 3 videos that I stuck in there, That's the evolution of the F-15 series. It's like 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
and
man.
then what came after that was Jane's F-15.
Yeah.
Basically was the continuation.
Yeah, it was interesting how F-15 Strike Eagle 3 was right before, like just before 3D acceleration started taking off. And so it tried to have all these like realistic cell shaded graphic or whatever type of graphics they were. And it, for the time, it was amazing. You look at it now and it's really like, what the hell were we playing? But like in 1992, when that came out, it was amazing. Yeah, Covert Action is on Steam, and it's on sale right now. Wow, that's crazy. As we record this, folks, if you've never played Covert Action, you should do yourself a favor and check it out, because there's really no other game like it. Like so many of Sid Meier's other games, like Civilization, Pirates, his flight simulations, they have gone on to make so many, sequels and whatnot, but there was only one Covert Action, and it is such an amazingly wacky game. I forgot it was on Steam. I bet you money I own it on Steam. I bet you $1. Yep, of course I do. It is $2.09 right now. Yeah, it's worth it. Yeah, it's that's an amazing game. So MicroProse has a very, very long-reaching legacy. We are still playing games today that were influenced by games that MicroProse either developed or published.
Holy crap, I think I've actually played Silent Service 2.
Oh my god. Oh, wow. Oh, those are the Silent Service games. Oh, those were so great. And the Knights of the Sky. I'm just looking through the library on Moby Games here, and yeah, they had so many good games. I mean, Gunship, Stealth Fighter, Red Storm Rising, you guys, is a sub-sim with a dynamic campaign based on a Tom Clancy novel. The game is amazing. M1 Tank Platoon 1 and 2 are still kind of unmatched in terms of having a mix of realism and dynamic campaigns.
Yeah, I have super huge hopes for Gunner Heat PC.
What's Gunner Heat
to be?
Wait,
it's
what's
a
that?
tank sim that's attempting to be M1
Ooh.
Tank Platoon 3.
Oh, is that going to be on Steam?
I don't know where he's going to distribute it at. It's playable right now, though. If you want to play like the vertical slice that he's put.
Oh, it's on itch.io. I see. Oh, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, there's some nice YouTube videos where he shows damage modeling and stuff, because it's like in War Thunder, right, where you when you get hit by a shell and then it shows like here's the trajectory of the round, here's how much it penetrated, and then tracks like where all the individual spalls went inside that like tore up crew and systems and stuff, and it does all that. And it's like, wow, okay, that's pretty neat.
Well, oh my god, yeah, I'm gonna definitely check this out. I've never heard of this. Thank you, Jim. That is amazing.
Yeah, well, since MicroProse is making its comeback, maybe, just maybe, Action Scripter, you want to talk to those guys and just put the damn M1 Tank Platoon logo on it, you know.
Oh god, right? How great would that? How amazing would that be? Dear Lord. But yeah, they also made Sword of the Samurai. That was a good one.
Don't remember that one at all.
Yeah, that's kind of a it's kind of a role-playing game strategy thing. It was great back in 1990 or 89.
Pretty experimental at the time.
Yeah, very unique. Another one of those weird games that never got a sequel. Like, oh yeah, Star-Lord was another weird space. I forgot about Star-Lord, which I think is also on Steam. Is kind of a space strategy. It's a weird space strategy game. Transport Tycoon is still being emulated to this day.
By the way, Sword of the Samurai, they pulled that onto Steam a while ago.
Oh, wow.
Part of the Retro Adventure Collection bundle.
Bet you I own it. Yes, of course I do. I think as soon as these MicroProse games hit Steam, I'm like, yoink, I must own them.
I remember that a lot of these games also got ported to the NES or SNES, because I had several of them there as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some of the Silent Service stuff was actually on SNES.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Silent Service was on, was on NES.
Yeah, there's Super Strike Eagle for the SNES. I had no idea. I had no idea that there were. Look at that, Super Strike Eagle.
It's pretty rough to do a flight sim on the NES.
Oh yeah, F-117 on the NES. If you can imagine that.
Oh god.
Yeah, I still have the cartridge.
Brian, I will pay money for you to fire up an NES emulator and try to land the F-14 on the deck of the carrier in Top Gun.
Top Gun on the NES. Yeah, that's something. I mean, people say Battletoads was hard. No, landing on the carrier in Top Gun at night, that was hard.
Oh god, no.
Yeah, I think actually the CIA used it as part of their interrogation program. Was making people do. And it's like, no, I'll talk.
Oh my god. But yeah, they also made games like
you manage that, and then you can make it into Megaforce.
Oh gosh, at some point we need to.
Oh my god!
At some point we need to do that for a movie night.
There was a Megaforce Atari 2600 game.
It was so bad. Good. It was so bad. Yeah, that was like the only Megaforce thing that there was. There were no toys.
No, there was. They made.
There were toys.
Matchbox or Hot Wheels made them.
What? I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. But oh, that's another thing called Megaforce. It's 2 words, Megaforce. It's not Megaforce. Oh my god,
completely different.
Completely and utterly different. Yes. Okay, I'll have to do some digging on that one. Oh my god.
Stream chat.
Holy crap. Wow. Oh, of course they just recycled a tank. But like, wow. Did you see that video, by the way, I posted where someone found one of the dune buggies and restored it?
Yeah. That's pretty amazing.
That made me so happy. That made me so happy. The thing looks so uncomfortable though.
Oh yeah, big time.
Folks, if you don't know what we're talking about,
they posted that video. They continued the restoration and got all the guns in place and everything.
Oh my god. Folks, if you don't know what we're talking about, Megaforce is a 1982 movie by the same folks that made Smokey and the Bandit. It was about a top secret military, world-based military organization that had the latest tech, and they weren't like Americans. They were like from everybody.
Totally not G.I. Joe.
Totally not G.I. Joe, exactly.
Wow, look at that bowl.
What is that?
I didn't know this existed.
Is that Megaforce? That's not like that's a different Megaforce. That's not.
I don't know.
When I looked at Megaforce, I saw that there was another line of toys called Megaforce. Anyway. Yeah, folks, if you haven't tracked down Megaforce, if you want to see 80s filmmaking at some of its worst, go track down a copy of Megaforce to see those skin-tight outfits with a very sexy Barry Bostwick. And poor Michael Beck, whose career never recovered after this and Xanadu.
I don't understand why the gold spandex never really took off as a military uniform.
It was totally conspicuous. I mean,
or the blue bandana.
Yeah.
The light sky blue bandana. Oh my god. Yeah, there was a Megaforce Atari game and it was bad. It was just a flying motorcycle shmup, wasn't it? Isn't that all it was?
Yep.
Yeah. They took a thing that was in the movie for 2 minutes and ran with it and made a whole game out of it, and it was just horrible.
You mean like Battlestar 1970 or whatever?
Wait, what's that?
Oh, Battlestar Galactica 1970 or whatever it was called, like from the sequel, or
1980.
1980.
That's what it is. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. That also had flying
Getting my
motorcycles.
Decades
didn't
mixed
it?
up. Yeah, it was like Chips, but with like flying motorcycles.
Oh my god! No, I watched it back in the day. I did watch it, and it was bad. But wait, Hunter, have you not seen Megaforce? Let's just get this out of the open right now. Have you not seen Megaforce?
I've seen it.
Okay. I was gonna say, well, that's our next movie night right there.
Yeah, I've seen this. I've seen this like once.
Have you seen the Rift Tracks version?
I could do with a rewatch.
Oh, the Rift Tracks version is amazing.
Yes, it is.
You can't buy it anymore. You can't buy it anymore. It makes me so sad. I don't know what happened. It was on sale for like a week or something. But it was only on sale for like a month. Or maybe not even that. Like just a few weeks. That's so crazy that they lost the license like that quickly. Anyway. You're listening to the Megaforce podcast. Next week we'll have Barry Bostwick on. No, we won't. God, I wish. I would talk to him about everything. Sorry.
I would talk to him about the FDR movie that he was in. That's the one.
No, I would talk to him about the Aladdin movie he did. I don't know if you know about,
which is also on Rift Tracks.
Which just debuted on Rift Tracks, and it came out apparently a few years before the animated one, and apparently it's horrible. I've not watched it yet, but it looks so bad.
It's bad.
Thank you, Jim, for posting that.
Yeah, notice who the biker is the guy from Blade Runner.
Wait, what? I'm not gonna watch it right now.
It's like, tell me about
that guy that was in everything back in the 80s. That guy.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, he was working a lot.
He was always the shifty bad guy in anything that needed a shifty bad guy. He had a good decade, that guy. Whoever his name is. He had a real good decade, that guy. He was like the go-to.
That guy. Look at that guy.
Yeah, he was like a regular shifty guy for like a whole decade at least.
Yeah, was it Brian James? He played Leon in Blade Runner.
That guy too. That guy. He
That's the guy he's talking about. So
that guy. I was thinking the other guy. Brian James, he was like wasn't he in Alien Nation, and he was in Deep Space Nine, and
he was in the Fifth Element.
Yes. Yes. Another that guy who was a shifty bad guy. I was thinking of a different guy.
I know. It's okay. Holy crap. Sorry, this is a tangent that must be explored.
My brain is not really working very well today, so we're gonna have tangents, folks. I apologize. I know our main topic is MicroProse, and we will keep talking about MicroProse, but we do tangents. I hope you enjoy our tangents. Galactica 80 in 3 minutes and 15 seconds. That's
They covered the highlights of everything.
Everything that was dumb. So yeah, he was definitely in Galactica 1980. But he had a lot of like TV guest roles or like background spots. Coincidentally enough, he was also in a 2-parter on Chips. This was all before he played Leon in Blade Runner.
Oh, see, I'm thinking of a different guy. They must be both named Brian. Brian Thompson is the guy I'm thinking of. That's who I was thinking of. He's also sorry.
Go ahead.
I was thinking of this guy who's also an 80s that guy.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Very much so. Yes,
very
that
much
guy.
Very much in 80s and 90s that guy.
I can vividly picture him in his role in DS9.
Yes.
Like,
yes, he was great in DS9.
Oh god, what was that species called?
I don't know, but you never heard
like red and blue paint.
You never heard of him again, but they were the first time you heard of the Dominion was from that guy.
What was it? Them?
Yeah, he was the one that told Quark about it. That's the first time you hear about the Dominion was from these guys. But yeah, he was all.
I'm gonna Snopes that for a second. Hold on.
He was also in Alien Nation. Oh god. He was in Star Trek Generations. Really? Okay. Oh god, that makes so much sense. He was in Three Amigos. This guy. Oh, Cobra. He was the main bad guy in Cobra, the Sylvester Stallone movie. If anyone's seen it. This guy. He's still working too. Look at him. He was in Airwolf and Knight Rider and X-Files, and he had 2 different roles in Deep Space Nine, apparently. Next Gen, but he was in Buffy and Enterprise, and oh yeah, he was in Orville. Oh my god. Sorry, folks. Big tangent here. This is what happens when I'm not completely with it, or not, and we have a very loose topic. We just kind of go all over the place. We talk about what we want to talk about.
Was he in Deadly Prey?
Oh God, I'm looking on his Wikipedia page. I don't think so, unless they missed something.
Man, he missed an opportunity, that's for sure.
But he's been in so much. Oh, he was in Charmed. Of course he was in Charmed. Of course he was. And Chuck, dear Lord, he's been in everything, this guy. Oh wait, he was in the. Wait, what? He played 2 different. Okay, so he was in. Okay, so get this. He was not only in the movie Alien Nation, he was in the show Alien Nation as 2 different characters. That's great. And we've lost everybody. Good night, everyone. We're no, we're not done. But we haven't lost everyone. There's still people watching. What? Why? we're just. What are you still doing?
Now we got rid of the weak, and we can talk to the true fans.
Oh man.
You got to cull the herd now and then.
So yeah, I'm looking through MicroProse's games again. Oh yeah, Ancient Art of War in the Skies. Remember those? Ancient Art of War at Sea. Thank you, Jose, for the subscription. We're looking at this is the original Master of Orion that I'm got looping in the background because we're talking MicroProse tonight, and that's one of their space games. They don't have a ton of space games, but they have a few. And this is probably one of their, I think, best. I like Master of Orion 1 more than 2, to be perfectly honest. God, yeah. So they also had sports games like Ultimate NFL Coaches Club Football, Ultimate Football 95, and racing games. But it was in like the mid 90s they started to falter. Like at one point they tried to do arcade games, and they flopped horribly. Horribly. So that really hurt them like a lot. And I think that's when they got sold to Spectrum Holobyte, was after that fiasco, which was kind of when things started going downhill. But like mid 90s, oh my God, they had, Civilization 2, they had Master of Orion 2, F-14 Fleet Defender, like so many fucking games. Excuse my language.
All right. I fact checked you, Brian. You're right. It was Rules of Acquisition, Episode 7, Season 2 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, where the Dominion was first mentioned.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, I get it. I would have, if I had heard that for the first time.
This is my brain on 2020. That's what's going on.
Jose, we are going to get to the new MicroProse and what they do have planned, but yes, a B-17 sim is among them. The new MicroProse, who you can visit at microprose.com, have 5 games planned right now. And one of them is called the Mighty Eighth. Apparently the Mighty Eighth is going to have 2 bombers in it. It's not just a B-17 sim. They're also going to have the B-24 Liberator as well. So they say. But then they have
Sea Power.
Yeah, Sea Power, which is yes. Sea Power is from the same folks that did Cold Waters, so it's kind of a Cold War tactical game. Second Front. Yeah. So yeah, they're getting back into what MicroProse
Second Front looks pretty damn good. It's a
like a tile-based like tactical.
Yeah, but it's got that kind of toy box look to it, like it's made out of construction paper kind of thing. It looks like a tabletop game, kind of, but cartoony-ish version. But it's like kind of surreal how detailed it is.
Task Force Admiral looks interesting. I'm actually really curious about Task Force Admiral.
Yeah, so that's from the same guy that did Cold Waters, right?
No,
both of those Sea Power.
Sea Power is the Cold Waters folks. Task Force Admiral is some different folks, and that kind of looks like Task Force 1942.
That's cool.
Yeah, it looks like it's going in that direction, which is another great game, folks. If you haven't played,
now they're not talking about Warbirds Nouveau or whatever the hell they're going to call it, but they're dealing, because Bill Steely lives down the road a piece, and they're making another sequel to Warbirds, the online dogfighting.
But that's not MicroProse, isn't it? That's his own company.
It's going to be MicroProse.
It's going to be MicroProse.
Oh, it will then, because it's Interactive Entertainment or whatever they are, IENT. And they're gonna actually come under MicroProse for publishing the new Warbirds thing.
Oh wow!
I know they're using, I think, the engine from there. I can't confirm it, but I talked to somebody that is one of those 5 publishing deals, and I was like, hey, so what about Steely, and are they going to use that Titan IM engine? Because the guy that's got the MicroProse license now, that owns it, he's one of the ex-Bohemia guys that was working on the Titan IM successor to Arma looking thing. And I don't know if they're going to leverage that engine for that. They damn well ought to, but we'll see.
Yeah, some folks in the chat mentioned Darklands again, which we were talking about recently, and God, yeah, that game.
Speaking of, though,
go ahead.
I was actually gonna mention Warfare 1944 does look interesting, and it's being developed by one of our favorite guys.
Oh,
bro, they're remaking this game in Unreal, bro.
Yeah, well, because so my opening chat to him was, bro, they're remaking MicroProse in Unreal Engine. And he's like, what?
Wait, who are you talking about?
Blue Drake.
He's making this game?
So Blue Drake has a development studio now. Yeah, Blue Drake has a development studio, and he's got 2 games that they're making with MicroProse. The Warfare 1944, and then Operation Harsh Doorstop is the other one.
It's not even listed on their website, the other one.
No, but it is on Steam, so you can actually find both of them on Steam. If you go to the Steam page, you can see the Drakeling Labs, whatever, and it'll list both of them. And actually, Blue Drake has another game. I didn't know I don't know how much, Brian, you're aware of this, because Jim and I have talked. We've actually chatted with Blue Drake about this game, but he's got another game called Iron Armada.
I see that. Yeah,
it's like a little Java multiplayer shipbuilding thing. It's kind of neat. I've played it a lot.
Huh. I wonder why I don't own this. Maybe because it's like never gone on sale?
Well, the awkwardness is the release date is August 1st of this year, and you can already buy it.
Oh.
So
Huh.
I think there might
be access.
It's the future access. I think there might be a glitch on that release date.
Oh, multiplayer tactical shooter, Operation Harsh Doorstop. Interesting. I will never play this. Okay.
Yeah, the 1944
Mm-hmm.
or whatever they call it. It's basically the successor to Battlefield 1940.
It's a spiritual successor, yeah.
Very spiritual.
Of course, it's multiplayer.
Well, they're looking at talking with Blue Drake and watching his videos. They're talking about adding in all kinds of vehicle support to it, including like aircraft carriers and planes and all kinds of stuff. So could be interesting.
Could be. So yeah, the new MicroProse. I don't know about you guys, but when I heard that there was a new MicroProse, I got really nervous because when they resurrected Atari, it was a whole big bucket of nothing. You know, it was just the name, and that was it. And they did nothing with it. I think they slapped the name on a few games, and like nothing came of it. But then
that was also Infogrames.
Oh God! But wasn't there another Atari Resurrection like a little while back? That was just a different thing. Or am I thinking of those folks who are trying to make a new 2600 that looks like ridiculous? And
yeah, there's a company trying to do like the Ouya thing or like the mini NES and SNES thing where they're doing like a mini Atari, but it's gonna be like an Android based like product application. So it's gonna have it's kind of like well you know how like the Shield TV exists. You know, Jim and I have one.
Yeah, and the problem is the Shield TV is cheap, and that's
true.
Console price. I mean, this is like $300-$400.
Well, I think they're trying to put in more beef into it to make it a bit of a whatever. But I don't know. I'm not interested. If there's anything if there's any kind of like retro style console that's coming back that has me interested, it's going to be whatever that and television thing that Tommy Tallarico is working on. I'm actually very intrigued by that.
Yeah, that does look intriguing. I will agree with you on that. Yes, the Atari. Thank you, AC Ray. The Atari VCS is what that new thing is called, and it looks ridiculous, and I think is overtly expensive. And I worry no one's going to buy it.
Could be the Atari Betamax.
I mean, they have the look of it, right? But I mean, who's going to spend $300-$400 on that? Not me.
Yeah, it's like, hey, buy this thing so you can play indie games. Oh wait, the Nintendo Switch.
It's $399. Oh God, that's worse than I thought. Oh my God, why? I'll tell you guys if I do
buy your indie collection.
I'll tell you guys if I do get this job that I'm angling for, I'm probably gonna get myself a Switch at some point because it looks so great. And Rebel Galaxy Outlaw is gonna be on it, as is Bloody Rally Show. I think they're trying to, like I said, I think they're trying to make this Atari VCS thing like a competitive console because they're putting in like Ryzen graphics and AMD stuff in there too. I don't know. I don't know where we need another competitor in the market space for like consoles.
It's like Moon Patrol RTX on.
Yes. Atari VCS, turn up the graphics for the He-Man Masters of the Universe game.
Yeah, pass me that controller. I got to turn up the graphics on level 4. What?
I mean, adventure never looked so good. Neither did combat. Oh God.
Adventure was the best, man.
It was
you find
so
that
great.
invisible dot.
God, I want to see their Yar's Revenge remaster. That's what I'm excited about. Yeah, 4K pole position. What? Wait, memory leak. Are you serious? You can't be serious. 4K pole position. What? God.
Oh no. No, Jim, why? No.
4K in the specs for the Atari VCS. Why? Why? What are you gonna play on it that needs 4K? Oh no. No one's gonna buy this stupid thing.
This Galaga looks amazing.
I know, right?
Miss Pac-Man never looked so good. Like what?
God, I can see the craters on asteroids. What?
It's nuts. Oh God, that remake that they made of Asteroids was really the worst. But for the new console though, oh yeah, and don't forget to compete with the VHS, we also have the Intellivision, which will be coming from Tommy
Did you just call it
Talardio.
the VHS?
Yes.
It's in beta.
It's in beta, Mac.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The thing that Tommy Tallarico is putting out though with the Intellivision thing, you should actually go look into this because I've actually watched several of his interviews and watched him showing off the controller for it.
Well, the controllers look like full on iPhones.
The whole point of his vision with this is that it is literally not meant to compete with anything else on the market. Like it is meant to be like solely its own thing, and it's meant solely and every game that they're developing for it is meant to be like couch co-ops. Like you can sit down with somebody and play something. And they've done an exclusive deal where they're bringing out a brand new sequel to Earthworm Jim exclusive for that console. So
what?
That's well, you have to understand Tommy, his musical talents have put him like being involved in a lot of like classic games of the past. You know, you talk about like the original Aladdin and a lot of those style games from like just you can go look at his laundry list of just all of these games that he was involved in the past, and he's got connections with all of these people in these different development studios from the past, and they're coming back and they're making new games exclusively for this new system. So I'm actually really excited about it because the style of the controller is meant to keep it simple to where it's like, you know, you have someone in your family who just thinks games are dumb or they just play with their thumb on their phone. It's like, here, pick this controller up. You're going to do the exact same thing you do on your phone, except for it's going to be on the TV, and we're going to have fun. So it's like it's meant to be able to be like captivate like all spectrums, right? Like I couldn't sit down with my dad and be like, "Hey, Dad, here's an Xbox controller. Let's go play some Halo." You know, it's not going to happen. But like, you know, I could sit him down with one of these things and we could play the Pac-Man together. Or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's kind of the idea of it. Is it's like something that like everybody, it's like for all levels in the house together. Ooh. So I kind of like that mentality. I like the idea of being like, you know, this is something that everyone in the house can play, because it's kind of like what happened with the success of the Wii, right? Remember, like the success of the Wii was so freaking successful when it came out. It was because it's like anybody can just strap on that remote. Hopefully they use the straps, or else they lost the TV.
Oh my god! Yeah, right.
You strap on that remote, and you've got retirement homes playing Wii bowling until the wee hours of the morning. Pun intended. So it's like you see. So that's kind of that's what Tommy's trying to capture with this new Intellivision thing, and I think he might be onto something. We'll see.
Well, there's definitely niche for it. I mean, but the thing is, it's not niche. There's a market for it that is not just in the niche of the hardcore gamers that would normally be catered to.
Right. Like I think this is going to be great for like families or like people who grew up as gamers and like their kids are interested. It's going to be something I think that's going to be more aimed to them. And this is no slant against Nintendo, but like to be fair with Nintendo, like their stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on Nintendo that isn't. I wouldn't necessarily consider it kid friendly.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so
yeah. Absolutely.
Well, they changed how they're doing their marketing, and when it came to adding a lot of third-party titles, they needed something to compete with the other consoles. So,
sure, yeah, and that's fair too. Like again, that's not like me trying to rag on Nintendo. I just like it's obviously not just meant for kids, is all I was saying. So it's this is it's kind of hard to put something out there that can be for everyone at the same time. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, fair.
God. So you know what MicroProse's last game was? Getting back on topic. XCOM Enforcer in 2001. That is really sad.
That's a hard way to go out.
That's really, really sad. That is really depressing.
Well, they also did that Starship Troopers game, which I really want to check out now that I'm seeing it.
Oh yeah,
Ascendancy. Yeah,
I hear it's great. I want to play it myself, but I've never played it. But
does it have multiplayer?
I don't know. It doesn't.
Damn it!
No.
Are you serious?
The RTS one.
Yeah.
No.
How does it not?
Because it would have had to have been co-op multiplayer because humans wouldn't fight humans and they didn't let you control bugs. So the problem with the game was that it was all triggers. So it would be like, oh, well, when you cross this, because the terrain, it was all like a maze, right? So when you get around this corner, then these bugs spawn and this thing happens, right? So it was very tightly scripted. It was not an actual strategy thing.
So it was more of like a linear RTS and stuff, kind of like a dynamic.
Yeah,
sounds almost like reverse tower
it was
defense.
semi-dynamic. It was semi-dynamic. They did have the scripted spawns, but if you went and explored the level a little bit, you'd be able to find more weapons and get more troops that you normally wouldn't if you went just straight for the objectives.
You know what it actually reminds me of? There two things, right? What was the old series of games? They were like point and click puzzle solving stuff where you were like World War II soldiers and commandos. Yeah. Reminds me of like, what if you're playing commandos, but you got like 20 dudes instead of 3? Was kind of how it, and kinda. I mean, it was, those
similar
missions.
Vein.
Yeah, it's and then the other thing that it reminds me of is Deserts of Karak, the homeworld game. Right? Did you play Deserts of Karak at all?
What the? No. What the shit?
That was my phone.
No.
Yeah, there is a new Starship Troopers game coming up.
You know what, Jim? That actually sounds based on what I'm looking at with this game and Deserts of Karak, it does look similar.
No, I've apparently MicroProse made a space game that I've completely forgotten about called Phoenix. Deep Space Resurrection. It was also made by Team 17. What? What? Does anyone remember this one? Because I do not.
I might. Hold on, I'm looking.
I do not remember this at all. What is going on? Oh my god. Okay, so there's an old game I might have to find a copy of.
I can find the soundtrack. I can't find anybody actually playing.
It's called Phoenix Deep Space Resurrection. And, oh, wow, yeah, no one's actually... Yeah, there are no videos of anyone actually playing it. I wonder if you can't get it to run. It's from that era that games are really hard to run on modern Windows. Like the really late 90s. And early 2000s. Damn, I gotta see if I can snag a copy of that. What the hell? Oh, you can actually buy the soundtrack on Bandcamp, apparently. For $5. Okay, well, that's cool. I didn't know I didn't know soundtracks were that. They had soundtracks that old on Bandcamp. But hey, that's kind of amazing. What is? So apparently in this Phoenix
it was
game
developed by Team 17.
Yeah.
So developed by Team 17 and then published by Hasbro under the MicroProse.
I think more game soundtracks need to be made available, honestly.
100%. 100,000%.
I mean, Spotify's actually been doing a pretty good job, but there's a store that you like to use, and it's just hard for me to want to download and store all of that, you know? It's like I'm not as into data hoarding as I used to be.
It's also,
you know what?
It's also not as legal / official, you know, as it could be.
Sure.
So I
found it.
Found what?
The footage of that game.
Phoenix?
Yeah, this is the most Last Starfighter looking shit I've ever seen.
It looks crazy.
Like it should just be called Last Starfighter.
Looks
like the way the screen's laid out.
Oh my god, look at that. Mute it so not everyone hears it.
Greetings, Starfighter. You have been chosen to defend the frontier against Xur and the Kodan Armada.
Apparently you're some kind of space cop in this game? Or something?
Space cop!
I thought you meant for real.
No, in this game you're apparently a space cop. Wow, this almost looks like a rail shooter. Almost. Like I can't tell from this footage if you're actually flying around or not.
Didn't Red Letter Media make a B movie called Space Cop?
Yes.
Oh. I'm gonna have to track a
Damn it,
copy
Space Cop, I want your gun and your badge.
I'm gonna have to find a copy of this. Wow, a space game that I didn't really even know about. That's impressive. Good job, Moby Games. That's why we love Moby Games around here. Oh my god.
Just watching this game footage, it's like, wow, that's pretty lame. I guess that's why it never came out.
It did come out. It's just I guess
that's why nobody remembers that it came out.
Yeah. I can only find UK copies of it, so I wonder if maybe it didn't come out in
Might
the States.
very well be that it was a limited overseas release or something.
Yeah, maybe, because a lot of the reviews are German and Russian. So it might have only come out overseas. Maybe that's why I've never heard of it. Wow, that does not look great. I'm going to have...
Unless it came out under a different name in North America. Because that did happen a lot with games back then.
Independence War and I War, for example. Yeah. Wow, this does not look good at all. And I'm not paying $20 for a copy. That's the cheapest copy on eBay right now. Is $10 to buy it plus $10 international shipping from France. Yeah, all right. That's okay. I don't need to bring French COVID into my house.
You don't need to play it that badly.
No, I don't. If a copy on eBay appears for $1, then yeah, because I'm genuinely curious. I'm genuinely curious because when you're doing this sort of thing, you got to play the good and the bad. You can't just play the good stuff. So I am genuinely curious. This looks so bad. Oh my god! Wow, good job, Moby Games, Folks, if you've not used Moby Games, by the way, Moby Games, it is such a wonderful, wonderful site. It's been around for ever.
Link it.
I'm gonna. Wrong channel. I put it in the COVID channel.
They need to know about it too.
I know. You could stop the Rona by going to Moby Games. Yeah, so that's an amazing site. Y'all need to bookmark. Does anyone bookmark anything anymore? Do people still bookmark things?
Yes, all the time actually.
Okay.
Actually, I've actually been getting into the there's a plugin for Firefox that I use called OneTab.
I love
if
OneTab.
I'm doing like a bunch, if I'm doing like a bunch of like research on something, or if I'm looking into a bunch of things and I need to like, go do something else, I'll just hit that and save it and then come back to it later. And that way it kind of just like lumps everything. I love it because I have like one tab for like all of the storefronts, like the web storefronts. Like I can click on and open up all of the storefronts at once and look at stuff. Or
I love OneTab. I am a huge fan of OneTab. I have it installed right now on my Firefox as well. I'm gonna have to listen to this soundtrack. So I guess the point of all this was like, yay, MicroProse. It was basically like a little MicroProse celebration. But I was saying earlier, the guy who resurrected is like an investment banker who's a huge MicroProse fanboy. And so that gives me hope. That gives me hope that this new MicroProse will be maybe good. Because resurrecting a label is tricky. Resurrecting a brand is tricky. And especially one with this pedigree. So hopefully it'll work out. That seems like a good time to wrap it up. So, folks, tomorrow on the stream, I'm going to be streaming a game called Keplerth. Just some kind of top-down RPG survival thing I was sent a key for.
It's pretty decent, actually.
Is it? Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to hear. Yeah, like the last week, I got like 80 emails with like, here's a key for a thing. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll stream it. So that's what I'm streaming tomorrow. It looks intriguing. I'm excited to try it. And then
the graphics, it looks very, very much like starts with an F. RimWorld. Sorry, it doesn't start with an F. I was thinking Frontier something. But anyway, yeah. So RimWorld, it looks like casual glance, you would say that's RimWorld. It looks that close, but it plays very differently because you're one character direct control.
I like that.
Yeah.
I prefer that actually.
So it's like you run around and chop trees and make pointy sticks and poke orcs with them.
Maybe it'll be fun. And then, folks, Thursday on the LAN party, we're going to be trying some Hypercharge Unboxed. I've done at least
absolutely amazing.
I've done the tutorial and I did one single player level, which I promptly lost. Because wow,
it does not disappoint.
It doesn't.
Was it the one in the kid's bedroom?
Yes. Yeah.
So a thing about that is you can play the levels without enemies just to get the parkour around figured out and actually collect all the goodies and like the collectible stuff that will then unlock other characters. You can do that solo.
Oh, really? You don't even have to I didn't know that. You can turn enemies
like
off and just mode. Oh, I didn't know that. I'll have to try that. I really did like the parkour. It was very impressive. And
so the level that you played, it was the kids' room, right, with the bed.
Yeah, and there was one thing on the bed, and then two things on the floor, and then I lost because the bed got killed. Because you can't really build good defenses around it like you can the other two.
Pro tip: there's a shelf above the bed, and you build the springboard thing, and it'll shoot you up onto the shelf, and you can cover the door and the bed from.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I'll have to try
and then
that
the rest of it is just about like make sure you got batteries in the things because those are shields for your brain things, and put decent defenses up. The like poison vine thing is way better than the Lego.
Oh, really? I did
Yep.
not know that. Okay.
Early levels it is.
Well, folks, that's what we're going to be playing on Thursday afternoon. I'm very excited because I've only played a little of it, but wow, it's impressive. Like the tutorial around the toy store just blew my freaking mind. Like,
yeah, watch out for the Beyblade army. That'll get you.
Are those spinning things? Are those
Yes.
those-
Yes.
Oh God, I hated those. Oh my God, I hated those so
you
much.
haven't seen them. You haven't seen them yet, man.
Oh my
'Cause
God.
They send them. They send them like 100 at a time.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be
There's
fun.
one level where you're on an air hockey table.
Oh God.
And it's nothing but those things, and you have a shotgun. And
Oh God.
yeah, but if you can stick with it for a few hours, we'll get you to the backyard. That's where the magic happens.
I'm very excited. Well, I thought the bedroom was pretty magical, and I thought the toys-
the backyard, the backyard, and the attic.
Yeah, the attic is really good. I think my favorite level is the toy store aisle because it's like straight up you're in a KB Toys.
Yeah,
Just
you're in a toys.
jumping up
You're
and
in a
shit.
Toys R Us, or whatever. Yeah, it's amazing. I thought that toy store level was insanely great.
Well, there's the one where you start in the back room,
Oh,
and then it's like after the kids' room. I think you do the one that's it's like in the stock room of the toy store, and then you actually go out in the middle of the toy store, and that's where there's like a C-130 that's dropping paratroopers on you, and
oh my God,
like tanks are coming, and
that's amazing.
you have to put up tank traps and barbed wire and do some other things.
Well, folks, that's what we're going to be playing on Thursday. I'm very excited about it. Thank you so much, as always, for hanging out with us, especially. Your time is very valuable, and so we appreciate you sharing it with us. Special thank you, as always, to those who support via Patreon and Twitch. Love you especially. And with that, we will bid you a good night. Be safe, be well, and we'll see you back here tomorrow at 6 a.m. for some Kepler. Have a great one, y'all. Bye-bye.